Welcome to the GCC Podcast presented by gatewAI. Today we are honored to host Shalini Sankarshana, Managing Director at Planview and a distinguished FinTech leader. Welcome to this podcast, Shalini. We are really happy to have you here. I've heard you at many events and it's a pleasure to host you on this.
Thank you so much, Suchita. Really nice to meet you and happy to be on this platform.
Thank you, Shalini. With extensive experience in building enterprise SaaS products, leading global teams, and transforming GCCs, Shalini's work impacts 4,500 institutions worldwide. Now, this is really impactful, Shalini. She's a mentor, mental wellness advocate, and a NASCOM Product Council member. She's driving change and inspiring excellence in the industry. So, Shalini, as the managing director at Planview, how do you see GCCs evolving as innovation hubs in the fintech sector, particularly in shaping the future of SaaS solutions for global institutions?
Great question, Suchita. And I think a quick step back. Planview as an organization, I always say we're in the business of change. So every organization, every country, every environment today is going through change. So Planview is in the thick of it and helping our customers do that. So which means we have an opportunity to work across multiple sectors. Having said that, for us, BFSI or financial services sector is one of our biggest sectors and a really high growth sector. BFSI has always been, I would say, a very progressive sector when in terms of adopting change, any kind of change. So when I look at your question in terms of fintech sector, especially adoption of SaaS, I look at three things that's coming up, especially when I look at our customers. One of them being today GCCs in larger banks. So if you really look at Bangalore today, we probably have presence of every Fortune 10 or Fortune 20 banks across the world present here with
Yes.
largest hubs of both operations and R&D. So I think the fact that every technology that is behind the banking innovations, and as you may have heard, every bank and broker dealer today is less of a bank and broker dealer, more of a technology company. I think those technology hubs actually sit out of India GCCs. And that driving of technology and innovation of the banking and financial services products, insure tech products that come out of this entire organization, essentially most of the times happens out of these large R&D hubs. So that's one. Second is just within fintech sector. If you really look at it, we went through evolution in the last couple of decades. While we went through the cloudification in the last decade, and that was not an easy transition for a lot of banks, especially with the most sensitive data that we have. What I see right now is there are two major trends that are shaping the organizations. One being the whole concept of open banking and open API infrastructure, which has been going on for the last 10, 12 years, especially in the retail banking, core banking sector, has been a lot more higher than in the investment banking side of it. But this, I think, has really driven transformation of the core trading systems and core banking systems. And a lot of that actually happens out of the India GCC. So you are driving the innovation of the banking environment. And third, I would say, is the whole advent of newer technologies like blockchain and artificial intelligence. I think again these hubs are really being driven out of it. So most of these solutions are driven in a SaaS manner, and the personalization, localization of the SaaS essentially happens out of GCCs.
Okay. That's great to know because, like you said, right, Planview works across different industry segments, and a lot has been seen over the past, I think, 5 years around banking. Your inputs really help us to get what is really happening, the feel on what and how banking segment is, leveraging the entire tech piece when it comes to GCCs innovating in India. Thank you so much. Now I move to something very different, given your role of, in your current leadership role. What strategies are key to ensuring that GCCs accelerate the digital transformation journey while remaining aligned with organization goals?
I think this is definitely one of the most heated topics that's going on in the GCC world in the recent future. I think as organizations, we really have evolved in just building this GCC ecosystem, right? So when I look at the inflection point that we are in today in terms of the ecosystem, Today, I think we are set to really expand exponentially as a GCC ecosystem. When I say we, I'm talking of all the industry leaders. Particularly in Planview, I think we have adopted a couple of interesting levers.
Okay.
Um, I will start with the most fundamental, which is for any GCC, the foundation, which is a talent ecosystem. So, digital transformation, I always say this, digital is technology, transformation is people. So, and given that India GCCs are truly the talent powerhouses or the expectations of being the next generation talent powerhouse for most organizations, I think this is the real opportunity and responsibility for any GCC leader. So, that continues to be mine as well. When I look at two more levers which are fairly unique to the way we have built Planview India GCC, one of them being we are a multifunctional center. Essentially, a lot of GCCs evolved to be a multifunctional center over years. So we have taken a leapfrog and we really have built the end-to-end from sales all the way till post-sales kind of a multifunctional ecosystem right in the India center. What that helps is true cross-functional collaboration, innovation, as a way of life in a daily basis is a real possibility. So that's something which we are really pushing. The third lever I would say is something a few of the GCCs are really doing well, and I'm proud that Planview has jumped the ecosystem, is really driving the customer connect. So what we do is, because we have this multifunctional ecosystem and we have a lot of our customer organizations having their customer ecosystem built in right here in India. Secondly, we're also going out into the India market to actually drive the Planview business. So it gives us a unique proposition of taking this entire life cycle all the way up to the customer and driving value directly into the customer organizations sitting right out of here. I think that has opened up so many doors and opportunities, lots to do.
Yes, that's a very unique way of operating, because currently I think all GCs are grappling with the talent attraction and talent retention. If you do open the window for client interactions, that gives a complete different view to a GCC. So thank you for that. So moving on to, how do you see the future as technology and talent landscapes shift? How do you see GCCs actually redefining their purpose and value proposition to remain at the forefront of global digital transformation?
Sure. I may say something controversial. I don't know if GCC, in the way it is in form and function as of today, will even remain as GCC.
Yes.
So I think most organizations are going to look at their India centers as one of their highest performing, the most optimal cross-functional, multifunctional center, like any other business center. The leverage that we have today is the scale and size and the speed at which we can progress. So I think keeping eye on that ball will really help, because it's critical that it's not just about aligning to a business goal. It's actually about saying you are part of the same organization, you operate the same way, um, uh, and somewhere walk the walk and talk the talk of truly being a business center, right? It's not easy. There are certain constructs, but I would say that's a trend for sure that I already see on the horizon for a GCC as a construct. And you talked of global digital transformation. So I see a few things happening when I look around, including Planview as well as all the other organizations we're working with. One is that leveraging. Let's all agree today, data is not just the oil; it's the water, it's everywhere, it's oxygen today. The whole the data generation, production, cleanup, data engineering, data ops, which leads to AI and then ML. I think that whole value chain is getting really matured in India ecosystem. We have a lot more to do, but the amount of opportunity for the GCCs to play in that is humongous. So that I see for sure coming up, which is going to shape us differently. I also see the ecosystem of GCCs and our friends in service industry really helping, driving a partnership together, because
Yes.
GCC is today becoming truly integral into an organization. Essentially means they are in the thick of strategic initiatives driving the business value, probably redefining some of the future of the organization, then they need help in running the business. So the current BAU, which is where I see a huge opportunity for service provider ecosystem to really partner with. And along with this, if we can bring in the customer angle and then the innovation angle through startups, I think that's the nirvana. So I definitely see all of this from an ecosystem standpoint and technology standpoint. I think we all know India is somewhat becoming a digital transformation powerhouse, both from a domestic
Yes.
market
Yes.
as well as a just a technology provider.
Yes, you're so right, Shalini, what you said, because I'm talking to a lot of leaders in this space, and we know and we envisage a lot of change coming the next 5 years, technology being at the center of it, but the way the expectations from a GCC have evolved so much in the past, and I think um, they're growing faster than we can think in terms of what teams in India can do for the parent companies. So thanks for that. That's a very positive note. I'm moving to an interesting side that will help us know you as a person.
Oh,
That's really a
sure.
rapid fire question round. I'll be quick on that. So the first one is, what's that one thing about your morning routine that sets the tone for the day?
Hmm. Something that I've had since my childhood. Early morning, I start my day with a little bit of time with me and my God. So I think that faith has kept me going very, very
Okay.
well amidst good, bad, hard times, and even insane times. So I think that's a routine which always helps.
That's nice to know. Thank you. What's a hobby or any passion which is outside of work that keeps you grounded?
I think music has been something which has been a long-term companion for me.
Okay.
Have been a student of Carnatic music for some time,
Lovely.
and a huge lover and ardent faithful devotee of Carnatic music. I have my routines where I end up sneaking time away from everybody and just going and joining a concert, joining a recital. It's a beautiful getaway for me.
Lovely. So my last question, what do you like to drink, tea or coffee? What's your go-to beverage in the day when you are at work?
None. I'm one of the unique ones who doesn't need a coffee or a tea when I wake up in the morning. Yes, I always drink coffee or tea socially, if I may say that, to keep up company, but
Okay.
I can survive with water.
Okay. That's nice. Thank you. So it's music, water, and your connection with God that
I'm a pretty
keeps.
easygoing person, looks like, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I have met you a couple of times. I loved hearing you at the events. You speak really well. You had articulated very well. So thank you so much.